Hello everyone and welcome once again to another episode of Nifty 50 Running, presented by myself, Mark Walton, and my brother Jonathan, who is currently Britain's #1 in the V50 category. So from the last one, Jonathan did one about the marathon training that we were both doing, explained the process, what the training sessions were going to be, and what the sort of whole game plan was going to be, etc. I just wanted to do a little update because I'm on to, I think it's day 12 now, and it's been totally different way of training for me, and I just wanted to sort of go through what I've been doing, slight differences from Jonathan's plan, and how it's affected me and the results so far. So on a Monday, I know Jonathan was splitting it in two. It was 2 hours of low heart rate training. He was doing, I think, a 40-minute session in the morning and 80 on the night. But because of my working hours, it's not so easy for me to do that. So what I've been doing is 2 hours on an evening. So I do that on a Monday, and it's like 60-65% of my maximum heart rate. So that works out about 120 BPM, which I've been sticking to. Now, as you know, it's been quite warm recently, humid. It's been quite windy as well here. So it's been, well, not tough, but very disciplined to keep it at 120. And there's steep hills I'm to walk. But found that going downhill, I'm to sprint a bit to get it up to 120. So it's sort of even itself out. Now, from previous experience, how my body works, it seems to take about 3 weeks to get used to a sort of new way, and so I'm not looking to see any sort of improvements immediately. I'll probably say by the end of June, I might see it sort of settling down and some improvements being made. So that's normally a Monday session. On a Tuesday, we started going back to the track once again. Thankfully, that's been reopened, and as we're both members of Leeds City Athletics Club, it's great down there, and there's a lot of people training, a lot of youngsters as well, which is lovely to see. And on Tuesdays, I do 800 metres on, 400 off. Now, not pushing it too hard. What I'm doing is going at 140 BPM, which is a pace where pushing just a little bit, but it's still quite comfortable. The idea being not training too hard, not burning myself out. And 140 seems just about right. I'm not going to be improving the pace much sort of straight away. Like I said before, it takes several weeks or sort of 6 high intensity sessions for it to sort of pick up. So far so good. But again, as I say, the heat and humidity is having a bit of an effect. On Wednesdays, I've been doing the 2 hours low heart rate running, and Thursdays down at the track, again, some intervals, but this time it's 2 miles on, 1 mile off, 2 mile on, and trying to do as many repeats as I can. The first session that I did, it was just 2 sets. This last session I managed to do 3 sets, so you can see they're sort of feeling better, and my body's just starting to get used to it. So I'm hoping, like I said earlier, by the end of the month, that pace will be coming down, and I'll start to see the improvements. And then again on a Friday, I'm doing this low heart rate, 2 hours. Same again on a Saturday morning, I'll do it. And on a Sunday now, we're doing a long run and low heart rate. But that's a fasted run, so no breakfast or anything, no fuel, just running 3 hours minimum. I did about 3.5 this morning, and again, as you know, today it was very hot and humid and it's a bit wind. So because we live on the hill, it's a run down into Leeds along the canal. Got to a certain point, turn around, come back, but coming back it was all uphill, so there's quite a bit walking. But if that means getting the heart rate at 120, then that's how it has to be. I'm not sort of pushing it and trying to get my heart rate any higher, and as soon as it starts rising, start to slow down. There seems to be a slight delay though, so you can be running at 120 and you see it start to go 121 stop, but it's still rising sort of for like 10 seconds or so afterwards because it's not quite picking it up. So that's something that needs keeping an eye on. So it's all about the timing. Now, as far as I've been feeling, the slow runs, I think particularly on Friday, I found it really easy. No effort, I wasn't sweating or anything. It was really good, and there was a wind as well, which was I was quite grateful for because it was keeping a bit cooler. Maybe that was one of the reasons I felt so good. But yeah, that went really well. This morning's long one, I think I did just short 21 miles. That was a bit harder, but again, there was a lot of hills and that discipline came in to keep the heart rate at that level. And I say, as far as intervals, it's getting there. I'm not puffing and panting. The 140 is comfortable. And one of the reasons for the low heart rate is obviously my body gets used to it. It should start to come a little bit faster. But also, at our age, in our 50s, it's causing a lot less stress on the legs, joints, etc. Since I started this, I've had no leg aches, no pains or anything, no niggles. It seems to have sort of ironed itself out. And when you're running hard, on an uneven surface even, that's when the sort of issues can arise. You land your foot a bit awkwardly, ankle, knee, wherever. Here, going nice and slow, so you've time to sort of pick where you're landing your feet, and you're not pushing down hard, just running really lightly. I'm all like running on my tiptoes almost at some points. And it's same again on the track. We bought some track shoes with spikes, and that feels really good. They're not the most comfortable to start with, but once you've done a few laps and got used to it, they're really good. You can actually feel your sort of self digging into the track. And also it seems to force you up on your toes, which is good. Less friction on the ground, the less time your feet are on the ground, the less stress and impact it has on your joints. So far so good. What I'm going to do is probably do a recap every 2 weeks, and I'm hoping that by about 27th of June, I think it'll be 2 weeks time, I shall be posting and saying, oh yeah, we've improved this much, my pace has gone up, and covering more miles in less time. So as always, thanks for the new subscribers, thanks to everyone who's been watching from the beginning, and please feel free to pass the word. You can follow us on Strava, seeing the progress, and we'll keep doing updates and other little videos of anything we can think of that'll be helpful. So in the meantime, thank you for everything, and remember, you're never too old, and that's it for now.